Hello, 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 good people, and welcome to Khuluma, the show where we say no matter how hard it is or easy it is, just Khuluma. I'm your host, Mrs. Kelly Ken. As usual, I'm never alone. I'm always joined by my favorite, the most amazing Evangelist, Faith Sithole.
Hi, Kelly Ken. Thank you so much. I'm Evangelist Faith Sithole, and welcome back, you guys. We see you. We really appreciate your love that you are giving us through our social media, and we can see that you share, all the videos that you have. Keep it up. We really appreciate you, and we love you so much. So today we are back again, and you are wondering, Bazotini labantu lalela. Miss Kelly Ken will take us through all that. But what I know is that we discuss the matters that matter the most.
Thank you so much, my co-host. I appreciate you, and welcome to our brand new subscribers. We love you, we appreciate you, and welcome to our channel. To our returning subscriber, as usual, we love you, we appreciate you. Now remember to please press on the notification bell so that you don't miss a thing with us. Today, we are talking yet another hot topic. And we always try to talk about things that we have personally experienced, but also things that we feel they are relevant for you viewers out there, so that when you do watch, you are able to engage with us and share your own experiences as well. Today, we have titled today's show, Raising Pressure-Free Children. Raising pressure-free children. It begins with you and I. The children, the adults that you are seeing today, those were once children, and they were once pressured by their parents. Today, you and I are both parents. Are we intentional? Are we going the right way in terms of not pressurizing our kids? As much as it's important that we teach our children to win, that they should always aim to win and be number one and be the best and be congratulated, we should also be teaching our children to be real. We should be teaching our children that sometimes they're not going to win. I'm intentionally staying away from the term losing, but sometimes they're not going to win, because my thing is, I don't lose, I learn. So we should be, at this stage in our lives as parents, we should be encouraging and teaching our children that it's okay not to win. Be ready that there are circumstances or there are some things that are going to happen in your life that you are not going to win all the time. Because how I see it, when we are constantly pushing our children and pressurizing them to win, we are actually repeating the cycle of depression. Which is what some of us went through, because of the pressure from the parents and the pressure from home, or even the pressure from the society. So how then are we making things different or even better for the children that God has entrusted us with? So
pressure-free kids. Guys.
Pressure-free kids. Think about it.
The first thing that comes in my mind is, what is pressure? Right? Pressure is when you apply a force on something, and sometimes that is not necessary. And then when you apply a force onto something, then that thing can expand, and the expansion sometimes comes with cracks, right? So I've lived my life as a child, and also being raised by Ama preachers. There were also certain expectations that they had themselves ngami, ukuthi uwumntwana okholwayo, and ngoba uwumntwana okholwayo ukhuliswe ngezwi. For an example, therefore, if you get married, make sure that you get married to a bishop. Because you cannot lower your standard.
Wow.
So already you succumb to a pressure that is really not necessary, because you cannot choose uthando or alnaketelo. Sometimes you just fall in love with people that you are not even aware of, they tick certain boxes or they do not tick certain boxes. But because of pressure, you end up acting differently, right? Because you also want to please people, please parents, please family, please friends, church, And that is the same thing we are trying to discuss today, ukuthi even success, my friend, is described in different ways. We find our families that push us for success, that you can never fail. At school, you must come with those good merits. At school, I can never expect a B. You are an A student. And when you come home with B, and immediately when the teacher tells you you've got B, you start feeling depressed because you already know the reactions of your parents. You know, because they just can never expect B from you because they never got B themselves. Yeah,
can I be nosy? Yeah. I don't want to miss this point. So, you know, I'm being naughty, but I'm allowed. It's our channel. It's your channel as well. You know, so as you're saying that you're not allowed to actually come home with a B or a C, I've realized that, you know, as young and hip and happening parents, we always want to, when your child has done well, the first place where you want to go and put that up is social media.
Yeah.
And I've always, you know, like kind of struggled with that. I've never posted any of my children's results on social media. And it's not that they don't do well. My children really do well. They work really hard. But I've never posted their results on social media. And I'll tell you why. Because I've always felt that I'm actually doing that for me. Yeah. Because they're not even on social media. You know. So if I want to congratulate them, can I congratulate them where they are? Because yes, I'm okay, and I'm not bashing you guys if you do that. Please continue. If it makes you happy, please do it. But I have just personally stayed away from that thing because I feel like it's just, yeah, me putting, you know, like results are not the only thing that we should be about our children. Okay, but for me also, I don't like posting my children a lot. You've seen that. And, you know, but it's just one of those things where I felt like, some parents, they are so naughty with this thing. It's like they are just, you know, like putting the pressure that, you know, like, yeah, put it out there. And my thing is, I'm not saying it happens, but when you stop posting, do we then not think that maybe
Utolu C get this time around? Utolu D this time around.
Because I'm so posting. You know, so yeah, that's me being naughty, guys. Like I just feel like, you know, it's easy to fall into these traps and try to catch up with these trends, and you know, so it's really easy. But yeah,
it is. And you know, and another thing is, okay, we are not here to discuss the education system, right? But throughout the journey of my career, every subject that I've done in school, I've never seen it in my life of the career. In my entire life, I've never done anything. I've never done anything that I learned. Imagine the pressure that I would get at home with, Tolu A, you know, you must ace all your subjects. I'm here, I've made it. I'm a professional. Those things, sorry guys, useless for me. None of them. The only thing that was very useful is when I journeyed throughout tertiary, because in my profession that I do, at tertiary we were taught things there that we will apply at work. So that one, I'm very grateful of going to tertiary. But high school, primary, guys, the pressure was real for nothing there. X times 2, I don't even apply them. You know, it's in me. I just only see the sky is blue and the rain and the sun, and I'm fine. I'm all good about it. Why so much pressure, guys?
Okay. I was being naughty. This one is being extremely naughty. But anyway, guys, we are bringing this topic so that we just, you know, look in a different form when it comes to the way that we parent. Because, you know, honestly, giving our children the pressure, you know, when, you know, this other time my neighbor was actually discussing this with me. She's like, you know, children can actually be depressed as children because they feel that they need to live up to a certain standard. You have set your bar as a parent that in my house I've got this, that, but they are just kids. Please allow them to be just kids. And as I've said even on our previous show, that your task as a parent now, it is actually to coach, to teach. You are guiding for the first 18 years of this child's life. And it's probably the most expensive time as well, because your child is going to come and be like, today I want to be this, tomorrow I want to be that. But you must listen and you must encourage and you must support, because this is the time where they are allowed to have this conversation and they are allowed to have these things. When the real life starts for them, it's going to be too late. But also even there, like if somebody can go and, say that they want to do music, and then second year they're like, no, I want to be an engineer. No, third year I want to be a doctor. You should support.
It's frustrating.
As frustrating, as expensive as it is. And your job as a parent is to actually support. Because there's also this thing, Evangelist Faith, where I feel that parents are actually living their lives. They want to live their lives through their children.
Unfulfilled life.
Thank you.
Through their children.
Yeah.
What a mistake.
Yeah.
I've also experienced the same thing. And you know what? There's pressure that we apply to our children as parents, but also there's outside pressure. I like to make this example. There's certain brands, clothing brands or labels that I don't know, that my kids know.
Yeah.
And you will hear them coming to me and say, for the first time hearing Vans, I did not even know what Vans was. And I remember my son was like, Mama, ngicela Vans, ngicela sneakers Vans, neskhwama Vans. And I'm like, Vans, yokwenzani? Like, yokwenzani? It's because when they go out eskoleni and they see with their friends, this is what they're exposed to. And even in the community, when they go and play, they see these brands, and another child will come and say, buka mina ngine Vans, wena una Vans, usaqoka all star, for an example. And then the pressure will be created from the outside world to the kids. No, we really are struggling. If Nami, I'm not like that. They will come, pressure will be applied on them, and they will come and apply pressure on you. But I thank God for the wisdom that He has given me. I do not succumb to that pressure. I tell them, I will buy you what I can, and what I can't buy you, you will buy it yourself when you get old. Serious, because there's a lot of things that as a parent I need to take care of, and I can't really be chasing brands around, especially if I know I can't afford them at that time. If I can, good. I can buy you any brand, of which I still do, but I'm not going to buy you a brand because your friend has a brand and you also want it. I will buy you one because I'm at the right space to buy you one, not because of the pressure that you receive. So, sometimes the pressure that our children live in is not necessarily the pressure that we give them, but are the external forces that our kids succumb to. And what we need to do as well is that we really need to teach them what is the most important thing in your life.
Yeah.
When, as a person, when you regard yourself as a successful person, we need to ask them, we need to get them defining what success means. Yeah. Because probably the definition of my success is different to their definition. The first question, ask your children, what is the definition of success? What do you think successful people have? Or how do you think successful people look like? Yeah. I like it when we discuss the fact that sometimes we even have to ask them to draw pictures of a happy person. Draw pictures of a successful person, and also draw pictures of people that are not successful, so that we can try to reach out to their level, because they're kids. What does success mean to you?
And I love that, because for me, I honestly think that success is actually defined by the parents. We actually teach our children their expectation of success, or their expectation of what is a successful person. We are their first mirror. So when we actually create a bar that is so high for them to actually achieve in their own space, a space that they actually call home, but already you are already putting this much pressure that this child actually needs to do X, Y, Z. They need to do well in X, Y, Z. If they are in sports, they need to give you this, that. As if that their best is not good enough. I don't believe that there's a child that goes out there and be like, you know what, I'm just gonna fail. A child.
No, man.
A grown-up probably, because you know better and you know well that if you don't prepare and you don't work towards your exam, you are going to fail. But a child, there's no child that just plans that I'm not going to do well on my grades this year. I'm not going to do well on my sports this year. And, So as much as we want to encourage them, I just want us to recognize that there's a thin line when we actually pressure them, and then there's a thin line when we're actually encouraging them. Because there is an option where a child can come home and be like, oh yeah, I got a C today. You celebrate the C. You take the C, C, you honor the C, but then later on you're like, you know what, my boy, looking at your answers, I'm realizing that you could have actually gotten a B or even an A. Because here I know that you know this and I know that you can nail this. So next time when you are going through your exam, just be careful of these little mistakes that you are making, so that you don't make these mistakes. Because I promise you, if you just pay attention and you work a little bit different from the last time, you're going to come back with an A. And I promise you that child is going to come back with an A, because you are there. You didn't say that, why did you get a C? Where's my A?
Oh God.
Where's my A? Is it really your A?
Is it your A?
Is it your A?
Is it your A?
Just because you didn't get A's in school, now your children need to come back to get A's, because you must post on Instagram and Facebook that your child is getting A's. Really, really.
Yeah.
As my host has said, that she has not used any of those algebras and geometry tactics that she learned from the school.
Zero.
So the pressure that we are giving our children, is it really necessary? Is it really something that we should be doing as modern day parents? Because I promise you, our children are already dealing with a lot. They're already going through so much. Do they really have to be writing in their journals or even in their next future that my mother was so demanding?
Imagine.
My mother, she would pressurize me. I just want us to create a space where everybody is healthy mentally, and everybody is in a space where they can do what they love, and you support and you encourage and you are there. And I promise you, our children are at the benefit of thriving and reaching heights that we have never reached. Let me make an example. Imagine Mark Zuckerberg arriving home, and saying that, I'm quitting university because I have this amazing billionaire idea that I want to start. I want to start an app that connects people from point A to point B.
Why do you even need to connect
Mark?
Mark? I think I would have asked that, right?
But if we are open-minded parents, and we are parents that are active and we are engaging our kids, we'll actually understand that, okay, baby, tell me more. What do you need from me? What can you and your father do? How can we make this possible for you?
Because you see the dream, you see the bigger picture. As a child, and as parents, we really need to support that.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So let's just try and make things better and different from our kids. We don't pass the bag that we inherited or the bag that we witnessed. We don't pass it onto our children. I was actually listening to some audio, and this guy says, I actually forgot his name because I wanted to credit him, but I forgot his name. But he says that if you want to see how it's easy to pass on generational curses, just go and see when someone posts about their naughty child or their child that is misbehaving. Just go through and see the comments of how the parents, modern day parents, mind you, will be going in there and saying, no, shambok the child, smack the child, do this, that, ground the child, da. Are you aware that is what your parents did to you? And now you are doing it. You are passing it. You are passing it on. And mind you, when you just bring the belt and the shambok, you haven't even given a lecture. You haven't even applied, try and understand the depth of this mistake or the depth of this naughtiness. Because you need to understand that sometimes you're going to deal with very petty and shallow naughtiness. But sometimes the naughtiness is deep. And when it's deep, that's not the time to take out the belt. It is actually time to sit down and understand so that it doesn't happen again. So he was making this example that it's so easy to pass generational curses because now you are not removing that thing that happened to you as a child, but instead you are passing it down. And he went on to say that even if when you ground a child, you're like, go to your room, that is you're being emotionally unavailable for your child. And right now they're feeling so sad. They're feeling an emotion where they feel that they've disappointed you. But also you are saying, I'm not going to be here for you. Deal with it. Don't come out from the room. Go figure yourself out. And then tomorrow morning, it's good morning, hi. The life goes on. You haven't really connected with that child on a level where you are saying that, you know what, my child, Faith, You are wrong here, you are wrong here, you are wrong here. You are right here, you are right here, you are right here. But I want you to know that in this house, if you do X, Y, Z, it's wrong. And I don't want you to be repeating this, because also it's just bad for your well-being and it's bad for your behavior. And as a human being, you shouldn't really be doing such thing. Oh guys, I wish I had parents like that. But I hope I'm that parent. I just hope so.
Yeah, you are that parent. You know, my daughter has been receiving so much pressure lately. She's tall and she's very slim.
Yeah.
And I used to play sport when I grew up. I played netball, I played cricket, I played basketball, I played volleyball, and all the sports that you can think. And I excelled. I played soccer as well.
Yeah.
And I excelled in most of them. In all of them I did.
Yeah.
And everybody that knows Ufethi, the sport girl, when they see it, when they look at my daughter, they're like, "Udlala siphi sports?" I'm sure she's in netball, right, or volley, because she's very tall. Put her good netball, put her good netball, put her good volley. And then now I started, putting that pressure. No, I think, if you can be GS on netball, right, so that you can be a goal scorer, or you can be GK so that you can be a goalkeeper. You are nice and tall. We used to have such people, and I start installing this thing that doesn't interest her, and she really reprimanded me, right? She actually spoke to Mom, I'm not into sport. And mind you, in netball, angiyithandi. And I was so hurt, thinking, but I excelled. This thing is in genes. I've got good genes. If you were to try it, you will also excel like your mother. She's like, I don't want to. And you ask her, she just want to be this great woman who does great things. But what are those great things? I just want to be out there and do great things. I don't want to do sports. They will hurt me. They will strain me. Why do I have to go do sports? And I was like, oh my God. I did not realize I was imposing so much pressure towards her. But it did not come naturally from me. It's the comments that people brought every time when they saw my daughter, because she's taller than me. And people who knew me playing sports, they will tell me those things. Mfage kwi netball, mfage kwi volley. And she's just not interested. And this is what we just need to going back to my point, we just need to consult with our children. What is it that you like? Probably let's start it there. What is it that you want to be? Because for me, I wanted to be a doctor, for an example, but I could not because of my grades, right? And I see you are smarter, you are a smart child, therefore go be a doctor, And then that is what we just need to ask them. Before I ask you to be a doctor, what is it that you want to be? And then take it from there. We can never choose the life of our children.
Absolutely. And just in closing, I want to give this example. There's this picture a couple of years ago. It was trending on social media. So it's three kids. I don't know what sports they were playing. Now that you're talking sports, I'm actually reminded of this. But I don't know what sports they were playing. So it's number 3 and number 2, and then number 1 is in the middle, right? And then now, number 1, he just seems not to be happy about the fact that he's number 1. And number 2 is excited. He's holding the picture up. You can see that he's really excited. And with this topic, I'm just reminded that number 2 has parents that have prepared him, that wherever you are, no matter what level you are on, you are a winner there. You are a winner there.
I love that.
You came out second,
but you are a winner.
But you won. You won.
Wow.
As in second place, you won.
There's no
so
number 2.
celebrate the winning that you are, the space that you are in.
Level.
Celebrate that win.
Yes.
At that level. You didn't come out first, but you came out second.
Wow.
So celebrate that you came out second.
Love that.
I want us to be those parents.
Yes.
I want us to be those parents that even number 3 should have also lifted that plank up and be like, in my 3rd place, I won. Because in this space that I'm in, I'm just going to choose to celebrate it. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's show. And I hope that we become parents that are actually, raising children who are pressure free. Let's stop with this thing that we want our goals and our achievements to be passed on to our children. They have their own lives to fulfill. They have their own, things to do. We are the support system. We are the only support system that they actually have. So it's up to us that we actually support them. Otherwise, I'm Mrs. Kelly Ken 1 across all social media platforms, and I'm also available on the podcast as well. I'll hand over to my co-host to wrap up for us. Thank you.
It's been such a very beautiful topic. I wish we had like an hour or 2 hours to talk about it because it's very exciting.
Yeah.
One of the things that I want you to remember at home, parents, God has given you enough time to live your life. Allow your children to also live their life. Yes, we're there with guidance. We're guardians, right? And we are here to guide and teach our children. But make sure that in that they experience life that is given to them by God. Don't live a double life. Don't live your life and your kids' lives. Live your life and allow your children to also live their lives. Obviously, by also making sure that you guide them and you teach them to do the right things. I am Evangelist Faith Sithole, and I am available on all social media platforms as Evangelist Faith Sithole. You know the drill, guys. Type on Google Evangelist Faith Sithole and you will see everything about me, and we'll take it from there. Thank you so much, Miss Kelly Can, for being a wonderful and a gorgeous co-host for today. It's always such an honor and it's always such a pleasure to have these talk shows with you. Thank you so much.